अस्सलाम वालेकुम नाजरीन, आप देख रहे हैं प्रोग्राम एक्सपर्ट एडवाइस और मैं हूं आपका होस्ट शकील अहमद। नाजरीन, अगर इंटरनेशनल एजुकेशन की बात करें तो पाकिस्तानी स्टूडेंट के दिमाग में सबसे पहले यूएसए और उसके अंदर मौजूद वर्ल्ड टॉप रैंक्ड यूनिवर्सिटीज़ का नाम आता है, जिनमें हार्वर्ड, येल, स्टैनफोर्ड और दूसरी IVYलीग यूनिवर्सिटीज़ शामिल हैं। सारे पाकिस्तानी ऑलमोस्ट जो भी इंटरनेशनल एजुकेशन के लिए इंटरेस्ट रखते हैं, उनकी एक ख्वाहिश है कि वो इन यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के अंदर दाखला ले सकें। और इसके साथ साथ दाखले के साथ साथ बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट जो एक ख्वाहिश और एक विश होती है पाकिस्तानी स्टूडेंट्स की कि वो इन यूनिवर्सिटीज़ से 100% स्कॉलरशिप्स ले सकें। अगर 100% स्कॉलरशिप नहीं, एटलीस्ट 50%, 75% स्कॉलरशिप ले सकें। तो आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे यूएसए की इन टॉप रैंक यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के अंदर एडमिशन लेने का, दाखला लेने का क्या तरीक़ाकार है, किस तरीके से स्कॉलरशिप्स लिए जा सकते हैं और एप्लीकेशन बनाने के लिए, एप्लीकेशन लॉन्च करने के लिए क्या डिफरेंट सेगमेंट्स या पार्ट्स हैं जो किसी भी एडमिशन के लिए या स्कॉलरशिप लेने के लिए बहुत अहम किरदार अदा करते हैं। तो आज हमने स्टूडियो में इनवाइट किया है मिस कैथी को, जो एजुकेशन एडवाइजिंग डिपार्टमेंट को हेड करती हैं यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ एजुकेशन फाउंडेशन इन पाकिस्तान में। Miss Kathy, thank you very much to join us here today in Lahore. We really welcome you. Kathy, tell us something about your experience so far here in Pakistan. That you're living in Pakistan, you're American citizens living in Pakistan from a very long time. So, how is the experience so far? I just want to know more about Pakistan from your end, because you have been here for very long.
Yes, well, thank you. Thank you for having me here. Yes,
pleasure.
I have lived in Pakistan for a total of 7 years.
That's great.
My husband is Pakistani.
It's another good news for us.
Yeah. Yes, so
All right.
I right now have been in Pakistan for 2 years, but over the course of 28 years, I've lived in Pakistan for 7 years.
That's great.
I've lived in Islamabad, I've lived in Rawalpindi, and I've lived in Lahore. So my experience has been great. Pakistanis are very welcoming people, and they always treat us extra special. Like, I feel extra special when I meet people here. They're so welcoming.
Is this the same for the husband as well?
He's Pakistani, so I think he's maybe he's just average.
All right. So you don't want to add these words that he might not be more welcoming, but actually he is Pakistani, so he is caring and loving.
My husband is very welcoming to me. Yes.
That's great. That's very nice. I was just kidding about. So coming back to you're representing USEFP today with us. So tell us something about what is actually USEFP, what does it stand for, I mean the functions of USEFP. Say something, a brief introduction about USEFP.
Sure. So USEFP stands for the United States Educational Foundation in Pakistan.
All right.
It's a binational foundation formed in 1950. It was formed by both the US and Pakistani governments.
All right.
With the mission of promoting mutual understanding between the people of Pakistan and the people of the United States to educational and cultural
combined combination of both the governments and the people, so created by mutual understanding of the organizations and the
funded
countries.
By both countries, and also the board members are half Pakistani, half American, and the chair of the board switches between American and Pakistani. So yes, it definitely is a binational organization.
So it's a binational organization working here in Pakistan.
Yes.
What about its mission here in Pakistan? As many of the people, they don't know what actually USEFP is doing here in Pakistan. What is its mission and vision for Pakistani people or the community or the citizens here?
Well, the mission is promoting mutual understanding between the peoples of Pakistan and the United States through educational and cultural exchange.
Great.
And we do that several ways. One, we have a number of scholarship and exchange programs.
All right.
such as the Fulbright program.
Great.
And we provide other services such as testing services. We're a Prometric testing center, and we have EducationUSA advising center.
So means you just elaborating to our viewers that USEFP is working here in Pakistan to just get to gel in about the culture and education of both the countries.
Yes, well, if you think of Pakistani students going to the United States and American scholars or students coming to Pakistan, that improves relations between countries, because once you go to the other country and you see what that country is all about, any misconceptions that you may have had are dispelled, and you go back to your country usually with a more positive attitude toward that country.
That's really understandable, because this really give a chance to the people to explore more about their destination country. So that's great. You have mentioned the USCFP as is working for culture, education, familiarity between the countries. What different services USCFP is offering for Pakistani nationals or the citizens here? What are the different services? If you can number-wise can tell me about the services that you guys are offering here to Pakistani citizens, please.
Great. So I'll start with talking about our scholarship and exchange programs.
So scholarship is one of the factors.
Scholarship and,
That's great.
And exchanges. So some of the scholarships and exchange programs that we offer are, one, the Fulbright degree program,
Great.
which is a fully funded master's or PhD level program.
That's
in the
very
United
popular
States.
among the youth of Pakistan.
It is.
Fulbright scholarships.
And
Great.
I'm happy to say that USEFP manages the largest Fulbright program in the world based on
great.
US government funding.
That's
so we're
great.
very proud of that. It's a great opportunity for Pakistani students.
All right. So currently you says one out of the different services, scholarship is one of the services, are a facility by USEFP for Pakistani youth, Pakistani students to avail to study at the different destination universities in US,
Yes.
completely funded by USEFP. So that is the
Correct.
Fulbright scholarship.
Correct. And there are some other programs that we offer that are also fully funded. So
All right.
the Fulbright program is for, the Fulbright degree program is for master's and PhD students.
So is this only for masters and PhD programs?
That the Fulbright degree program is. We also have another Fulbright program for postdoctoral research.
That's great.
We
That's
have
great.
a program for undergraduate students to spend a semester in the United States. We have a program for journalists, one for English teachers, and another for mid-career professionals.
So the different offerings are there for Pakistani citizens, as you have mentioned, the program for journalists, program for teachers, program for professionals, and undergraduate students to explore the last semesters in the destination universities in US, and alongside you're also talking about the masters and PhD students, those who can avail the Fulbright scholarship, are completely funded education there in US. That's great. That's great.
Funded, yes.
So apart from this education sector, you mentioned before that you're offering testing as well.
Right.
So testing is one of the service. What kind of facility in testing you guys are providing to Pakistani nation?
So we are an official Prometric testing center. At all of our locations, we have offices in Islamabad, Lahore, and
Great.
Karachi. We offer standardized tests such as SAT, GRE,
All right. All right.
GMAT,
Great.
TOEFL, USMLE, and many more. Students can go to our website and look at the standardized testing tab to get the listings of all the exams that we offer.
So related to these testing, testing that you have mentioned, SAT, GRE, GMAT, the USMLE or the TOEFL, something like, and the other tests as well. What you have been announced as a test center to, I mean, for Pakistani students to go into that and just conduct their tests for
Right.
these mentioned tests.
Right.
Along with the opportunity that you are providing as a test center, do you give this opportunity to get them registered as well
To get them registered for the exams?
for the exams?
Well, what If they go to our website and they pick the exam that they're interested in, it will explain to them how to register for the exam.
So a registration process and everything that is being communicated by your website, students can go to websites and they can search it out about.
Exactly.
So here, another facility, or you can say the service by USEFP is for the standardized test, as we mentioned, the SAT, GRE, GMAT, and the TOEFLs as well.
Correct. And one other service that we provide for testing is we offer mock exams for the GRE and TOEFL. As I'm sure you know, they're expensive exams, and students are nervous when they take the exams, and sometimes they're not sure whether they're ready.
All right.
So if they're interested, for a nominal fee, I believe it's in the range of 500 rupees, they can come to the exam center and take a practice exam, a mock exam, but in the same environment that the actual test is taken to gauge how ready they are to take the actual exam.
That's great. So you're offering this opportunity to Pakistani candidates before going to the actual test.
Exactly.
They can explore themselves about their ability or the efficiency before appearing to the actual test. They can take a mock test before.
Correct. For those two exams, GRE and TOEFL.
GRE and TOEFL. So they're important one, because
Yes.
if somebody is looking for Fulbright scholarship, GRE is one of the mandatory factor for it.
We strongly recommend that students take a mock exam before they register for the actual exam.
That's great. That's great. Apart from testing, that before discussion, before interview, you were telling me about you're heading a department of Education USA as well, advising department as well for
Right.
Pakistani students to guide them about how to explore the universities, how to choose the universities, and the different things you make them to do it with you. Tell me something about this specific department as you're heading the advising department. So what
Right.
is this advising department at USEFP?
Right, so EducationUSA is a U.S. Department of State network of advising centers
All right.
worldwide. We have over 400 centers worldwide, 3 of which are in Pakistan.
Great.
So we are your official source on U.S. higher education. Our services are completely free of charge, and our goal is to assist any student who is interested in pursuing higher education in the U.S., help them through the process of selecting universities, the application process, helping them determine how to fund their application, helping them understand the visa application process, and then we have a pre-departure orientation before they leave for the U.S.
That's great. So is this service for both kind of students, like if somebody is going for undergraduate program or the postgraduate programs, or even for PhD programs? So is this service for all kinds of students?
Yes, so any student pursuing either of these 3 degree programs we will work with. Postdoctoral research, we usually have them do research on their own and reach out to universities directly. But yes, we work with students interested in pursuing bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs in the United States.
So that is the service you are providing them.
Yes.
Okay. You mentioned that once somebody wants to explore about the university or want to choose any university in US, so you guys really help them out that how one can choose the different sorts of universities, and you tell them what is the procedure to apply for these selected or the choiced universities in US there. So if I talk about what is the process to apply for a US university, if specifically I talk about the undergraduate student, what are the different steps involved in choosing a university or getting admissions in undergraduate program there?
Okay, that's a great question. So first we ask the student what it is that they're looking for. What do they want to study? What is important to them? Do they have a particular part of the United States they'd like to be in? Do they want to be in a large city, small town, medium-sized city? How important is it for them to be in small classrooms, maybe one professor for 15 to 20 students versus an auditorium with 200 students in it? What exactly would that student like? Do they have family in a particular part of the United States? Which colleges and universities are strong in their field of study?
Great.
So once we help the student make those high-level decisions, we recommend that the student pick out a range of schools that we refer to as reach, match, and safety schools. So reach schools are like the dream schools, the big name elite schools that is the student's dream.
So I will cut you here.
Sure.
It's an important question. that once somebody comes to you or want to avail your services that you're offering free of cost here. So if somebody comes to you and you ask them the different questions related to his choice, related to his university choice, place choice, or the destinations, or the different things, you mentioned that you advise them to take 3 different steps for choosing the university.
Right.
Like the, as you said it, the dream university, then the choice university, and then the last one is the safety one.
Right.
So in this way, student can opt the 3 different blends. So why it is so?
So the majority of students that come to our office are interested in going to the most well-known elite universities.
Like they never stop themselves less than IVYleague universities.
It must be Harvard, it must be MIT, it must be Yale.
Okay.
And those colleges and universities are very difficult to get into. So we do encourage students to pursue their dreams, go for their dreams. But the chances of getting into one of those schools is small. So we encourage students to first pick a few dream schools, we say reach because you're reaching for them.
Right.
Pick a few match schools that match your profile. So schools whose average SAT score or average GPA, for example, matches the students. And then safety schools, that's almost guaranteed admission based on the student's profile.
Right.
So what we want to ensure is that the student doesn't just apply for those dream schools, because then what is their backup plan if they don't get into these schools?
Okay, that's great. So means all kinds of option in one place are being given to the students so that they must not be missing out the university there to study there in US.
Yes. There are over 4,000 colleges and universities in the United States. So there are so many options available
so
for these
that's
students.
Great. So more than 4,000 institutions. That's a huge number. If we talk about once students are interested to apply or make an application for US, or they wish to apply for US, what are the general requirements to collect before application process? Like what are the general documentations, or you can say that what are the different requirements before applying to the university there for bachelor's programs in US?
First, they'll need their transcripts from their schools.
Right.
That's one. They'll need letters of recommendation from teachers or school counselors.
Okay.
Someone who knows the student well. Like we would say, get a letter from someone who knows you well rather than someone who maybe is like the headmistress but doesn't know the student well. So go with a teacher or a school counselor. The student will need their SAT scores or ACT scores. Not all colleges require SAT or ACT. However, if the student needs funding, we strongly encourage them to take one of those 2 exams.
So you're just explaining that SAT or ACT are really important for funding point of view to get in US. So you highly recommend students to go into those 2 tests. ACT
one or the other.
One or the other.
Typically, Pakistani students take SAT because it's also accepted at some Pakistani universities. But there are students who are not necessarily strong test takers and don't want to take one of these standardized tests. So there are colleges and universities that don't require these exams. However, we encourage students to take them so that they don't limit their options.
That's great. After this, as a part of application for undergraduate programs who want to go to US for the world-renowned universities, Harvard, Stanford, Yale, or something, very common. A common process to apply is through common application.
Right.
So common application, what is actually a common application and how students can apply through common application?
So common application is a portal where students can apply up to 20 universities. It means that their letters of recommendation and their main essay can be written just once and then submitted to all those colleges or universities.
All right.
Now, not all
so the one essay could be accepted for 20 universities?
Right, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
There are supplemental essays that they would need to write that are specific to that college or university that they are applying to. Now, not all colleges and universities are on the system, but generally students tend to apply to multiple universities using Common App.
All right. So maximum 20 universities
Yes.
could be accepted.
Right.
So essay prompts are one of the integral part of
Right.
if we talk about the common application.
Sure.
So you guys, USEFP give different kinds of tips or techniques for those essay preparations as well?
Sure. So first, we often have sessions or workshops that students can attend, like essay writing workshops,
All right.
open houses. But also, if students register for our advising services on our website, they will be assigned to an advisor, and they can request one-on-one advising with their advisor, and the advisor can help them explore different topics and review their essay and provide comments. We won't write it for them, but we can provide feedback to them to help them make their essay better.
That's great. That's great. And what about the additional essays? Like the different universities, they specifically ask and they provide additional questions to the students to attempt it for.
Right.
What about that? Do you also help students in those as well?
Absolutely. And in those essays, often they will ask why our school. And in those cases, it's important for the student to be as specific as possible.